Hey guys, my name is Eshani. If you guys aren't familiar with my channel, I make videos here on YouTube, primarily beauty related. However, recently I've been trying to incorporate more real life, lifestyle topics on my channel. One of the biggest topics that I constantly get questions about, and people are always asking me to talk more about, my weight loss. I've already made quite a few weight loss videos here on YouTube. I've made a video completely describing how I lost weight. I did some pictures over the years so you guys can see how my weight has fluctuated over time. I've also done a video revolving around the idea of what I learned through my weight loss journey. I also did another weight loss update in between, and I did a quarantine weight loss video for after, the whole world got shut down and we were in lockdown. I will link all of my previous weight loss videos down below if you guys just want to get my full weight loss story, journey, see pictures throughout the years. Go watch that first video that I will have linked. That's gonna be the primary video that's gonna encompass everything. It's kind of like a summary, cliff notes of everything to do with my weight loss journey. This video was a kind of weird one for me to even comprehend how I was gonna go about talking about this, mostly because I've never seen another video like this before. This is gonna be a raw, honest, open conversation about what people don't tell you after you lose weight. At no point in this video am I trying to complain about my weight loss. At no point am I trying to say this wasn't worth the journey, because it absolutely is. The way I feel now versus the way I felt in my body 5 years ago is a night and day difference. However, even though I feel stronger, healthier, happier overall, that doesn't mean that losing weight solves everything. And that's what I really want to talk about in this video. Like I said, it's going to be very candid. It's going to be a very honest conversation. If the idea of weight loss or that topic is triggering to you, please don't watch this video. Like I said, I'm really going to bring you guys into my head in just what I've been feeling in basically the past year. Before I do that, let me go ahead and flash through some facts from my previous weight loss video and any updates I have for you guys now. Basically, I started my weight loss journey about 5 years ago in the summer of 2016. It took me almost 2 years to lose the bulk of my weight. I filmed that previous video in December of 2017, and by that point, I had lost most of my weight. In that original weight loss video, I went back to confirm. I said that the highest weight I saw on the scale was about 165. I lost the majority of my weight doing cardio in the gym. I was just power walking on the treadmill. However, back when the pandemic hit in March of 2020 and gyms shut down, I started incorporating yoga into my routine. I started doing at-home yoga every single morning. It was a perfect exercise, not just for my physical health, but for my mental health as well. And every day I was also going outside and taking walks. Because I couldn't walk on my treadmill, I started going outside for walks, and between the yoga and my walking, I was able to not just maintain my weight loss, but I actually ended up losing more weight. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was incorporating strength exercises with the yoga. Even though yoga looks very innocent and I feel like people think it looks easy, it's definitely not. Especially a lot of those poses, they really work your legs, your core, your arms. You're getting a really, really good workout. Back in 2017, when I filmed that original weight loss video, I was at about 125 pounds. So that was about a 40-pound weight loss. Now I weigh right around 110 pounds, plus or minus 2 pounds. So my total weight loss from 165 to now right at 110 pounds, plus or minus, is 55 pounds, which if you do the math, I basically lost about 1/3 of my original body weight. When I think about it, that is pretty crazy. Those are just some stats for you guys. So now let's chat about some of the issues or just some of the things that I was nervous about when the pandemic hit. For 5 years, weight loss has just been on my mind. My weight has been on my mind. So when everything shut down, my biggest fear was that I was gonna gain weight again. That shouldn't be a fear. That shouldn't be something that is on the forefront of your mind when the entire world is literally in lockdown. You should be taking care of your mental health. You should be taking care of yourself. You should be making sure that your friends and your family and your loved ones are happy and safe. Once you get into the habit of working out, once you get into the habit of having this routine, at some point, you not just get around to enjoying it and almost craving it, but it almost becomes an addiction to some point. I also want to use that word very carefully and cautiously because I know addiction is a very, it's a loaded term, but I feel like at some point I had gotten to that point where if I wasn't working out, if I skipped a day, if I didn't do my walk or yoga for the day, I felt so guilty. I felt so bad. I just felt like, what a waste of a day. Even if I was just inundated with work, so I literally didn't have an extra 30 minutes to squeeze in a yoga routine, I felt so bad about it. I made myself feel so guilty. Very few people used to comment on my weight when I was bigger, whether that be online or offline. I mean, no one used to really say, oh my gosh, Eshani, you're so big, you need to lose weight. No one complimented me on my body saying that I looked great, but no one really commented too many negative things. But now that I've lost a significant amount of weight and it's noticeable again to you guys via the camera and to people in my real life, it's almost become the first topic of conversation. Like I see someone, I give them a hug, and the first thing they say is, oh my God, Eshani, you look so good. You've lost so much weight. All of that adds to the pressure of me feeling like I can't gain weight now. If I start gaining weight, I'm gonna let people down. If I start gaining weight, I'm gonna start getting bad comments. If I start gaining weight, people are gonna judge me. People are gonna think that any advice I have given before doesn't work because I'm starting to gain weight. That's a really scary thing to think about, and it just puts so much unnecessary pressure on someone who maybe is done losing weight and is now just trying to maintain and live their life. It's almost like the idea of weight loss or just your weight is always at the forefront of your mind. Always. Every day. It's a forefront, it's a first thought I think about, and I don't like that. I don't like that I feel like my life is controlled by this idea of weight loss. I wanted to talk about a little personal anecdote in this video because I feel like this perfectly summarizes how stressful this weight loss thing can be. Like I said, I'm now done losing weight. I don't have any weight left to lose, and I don't want to lose any more weight. If anything, if I gained 5-10 pounds, that would be completely fine with me. However, that wasn't fine a couple months ago, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this anecdote. Like I said earlier, for essentially the past year now, my weight has fluctuated between 108 and 112 pounds. I'm right in that range every single time I step on a scale, which is about once a week I weigh myself. However, a few months back, I stepped on a scale and I weighed in at 113.6 pounds. That is 1.6 pounds more than my highest weight at 112. Logically, I knew that there could be a million reasons for this 1.6 pound weight gain. More than likely, it wasn't even fat. More than likely, it was water weight that I was retaining. Maybe I ate something with really heavy sodium the day or the couple days leading up to that weigh-in. Maybe I was about to get my period. You often bloat before before and during your period. Water weight is mostly what people either put on or lose in that kind of first stages of gaining and losing weight. And I think people underestimate water weight, but if you guys have tried to carry just a pack of plastic water bottles, you know how heavy water is. So even if you have 1 or 2 extra water bottles in your stomach, like you drink a little bit more water than you normally would have, that can definitely add a couple pounds onto the scale. So again, rationally, I knew that this was true. Rationally, I knew 1.6 pounds. It's nothing to have a fuss over. However, the irrational fear of weight gain started creeping into my head. I started Googling reasons that people gain weight. Why would I Google something like that? I don't know. Again, rationally, I know there are a million reasons why someone could gain weight. Rationally, I know this is probably just water weight. It's almost impossible to gain 1.6 pounds of body fat in 1 week. However, I Googled it, I was scrolling, and inevitably that led me down a really dangerous rabbit hole. I knew at that point that I hadn't changed my diet or exercise routine. So one of the main things that was in the back of my head, I saw it when I did my research. I've known about it because some of my friends have this, and it is an underactive thyroid. Hypothyroidism is a really common condition. It happens to primarily younger women, and it's when your thyroid just doesn't excrete the hormones it's supposed to. And one of the big symptoms of that is that you rapidly gain weight. No matter what you do, no matter how little you eat or how much you move, your body will just gain weight. Again, let me remind you, this was over 1.6 pounds. 1.6 pounds on the scale is what caused me to have this complete freak out. I was really worried about my health. Immediately, I made a doctor's appointment to get a blood test done. I knew I didn't have any other noticeable signs of hypothyroidism, but 1.6 pounds. In my head, that was it. I made the doctor's appointment, I did a full blood panel, I made sure that they checked my thyroid levels, and everything came back clear. Between seeing the 113.6 pounds on the scale, to making my doctor's appointment, to getting my blood tested, to getting the results, I did not hop on a scale in between that time at all. I didn't want to see that number go up. I was genuinely afraid of the scale at that point. Not only was I just afraid to see a higher number, but I was really afraid that if I started seeing my weight go up, I would be discouraged from continuing to work out, from continuing to do my yoga, from continuing to eat healthy. Because you know when you just are trying so hard and you're just continuing a routine that you know has worked for you, and all of a sudden things get shaken up, you feel pretty discouraged. I didn't want to discourage myself, so I didn't hop on a scale until after the blood work came back, and like I said, everything was fine. So the day after I got my clear blood work, I hopped right back on the scale, and guess what? I was back to 110 pounds. There was literally no reason for me to worry, and I did. I also want to make it very clear that 113.6 pounds is not overweight by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, I think the 110 pounds that I'm sitting at right now is probably a little underweight. Like I said, I would have no problems at this point gaining 5 to 10 pounds healthily. Again, the main word here is healthily. If I gain 10 pounds within a week, that is concerning, but 10 pounds over the course of a year or so, I think that's totally fine. I only share that story to really show you guys that even after 5 years, I started my weight loss journey 5 years ago, and 5 years later, I came out successful. I lost the weight I wanted to and more. I feel good, I feel strong, I feel healthy. However, mentally, I feel worried. Mentally, I feel like there's something on my mind all the time. It's now a fear of mine is to gain weight. It's something that scares me, and it wasn't something that scared me when I was bigger. When I was 165 pounds, heck, if I gained 10 more pounds, like whatever, I really didn't care. Nobody was commenting on it. Nobody was complimenting me on my body, so it didn't bother me. But now, if I start gaining weight, I am afraid. I'm afraid of the comments I might get now that the topic of weight, and particularly my weight, is now seemingly an open topic of conversation, both on and offline. It scares me that if I started to gain weight, again, people are going to comment on it. And I don't want that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want people to think that my weight is linked directly to my success as a person. I don't want people to think that my weight is linked to my happiness. Because to be completely honest with you guys, I was very happy when I was at my heaviest. People think that after they lose weight, their life will be perfect. Every problem in their life will be solved. However, I can only speak to me and my personal experience, but weight loss caused me to be even more self-conscious than I was before. People say that when you're actively trying to lose weight, when you're on your weight loss journey, to make every decision, specifically health related, for that goal. Make your meal decisions based on the goal you want to achieve. Make the decision to go to the gym or to do a workout, no matter how intense or not intense it is. Move your body. Make that decision for your goal. But what people don't tell you is that even after you're done with your weight loss journey, that is still at the forefront of your mind. And in some ways that's good. In some ways that's how you can maintain your weight loss, is that if you're constantly thinking about it and making good decisions for your health. But in some ways it's so restrictive and it's so discouraging and it's so scary, because all of a sudden you can get hard on yourself for eating pizza or for skipping a day at the gym or for taking a trip where you know you can't go to the gym and you can't eat healthy, and now all of a sudden a trip that should be really fun and really enjoyable now has this kind of undertone of worry. I enjoy eating healthier foods. I enjoy doing my daily walks and doing my daily yoga. I love it. I don't know, I guess the moral of this video, I have rambled on for far too long. Let's see if we can wrap this all up in a bow at this point. I guess the main takeaway from this video is just to be nice to people. Even people you think have the perfect or ideal body, maybe don't comment on that. Don't put people on a pedestal for their looks. Don't make them feel like they are worthy because of their body. Even though you may look at someone physically and think, that is the goal, that is my goal. I want to make sure I let them know, put them on a pedestal, make them feel like a goddess. I know most people think they're coming from a place of love and compassion and happiness and just proudness for the person who maybe has lost weight. But being the person on the other side, being the person that has gotten complimented a lot, that can add a lot of stress. Just the way that if you're a good person, you probably won't point out someone who might be overweight. I also feel like it should be the same with pointing out someone's weight in general. Whether they're overweight, underweight, a good weight, what you think is the perfect weight, whatever it might be, maybe don't comment on people's body weight, because again, you just never know what someone is going through mentally. I hope this video doesn't come across as me complaining about my weight loss, because ultimately I'm very happy and number one, lucky that I was able to lose weight, lucky that I don't have a condition that would prevent me from losing weight. I also applaud myself because it does take a lot of commitment, a lot of time, and a lot of willpower to lose weight. While it's pretty simple to lose weight for the most part, that doesn't mean it's easy. And I'm really proud of myself for getting here, for getting to this point. But I also want to let you guys know that just because you lose weight doesn't mean everything in your life is gonna be perfect. Doesn't mean that it's gonna fix your mental state. At least that was the case for me. So I figured I would just be as open, raw, honest as humanly possible. This was almost like a video journal diary for me. It was a really good way for me to vent, and hopefully it makes sense. Please don't forget to thumbs up this video if you found it helpful. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what other topics you guys might be interested in hearing my opinions on, maybe hearing some personal anecdotes on, whether that be weight loss or not. Other than that, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.